That is good banter.
Right, we are back, Timmy boy, and Elsie.
That's a bad start.
That
is a bad
You're
start.
going to have to put her on another table, mate.
Yeah, timing ain't flash.
No,
Elsie.
it's not good. Well, welcome to the
good
Good
episode.
Banter Pod. If you're on the YouTube, just have a look, because Elsie's gone nuts.
Just hold on for a sec. You chat.
I'll keep. She's now chewing my T-shirt. Lucky it's a $5. Oh, she might have ripped it. Yep. We're in a bit of trouble here, mate. Lucky it's a $5 shirt from Connor. Just a T-shirt. I know she just wants to say g'day, but and I know she's just being friendly. But I think sort of what made it worse when I first walked in as well was just the wet paws.
Yeah, you're now the camera's on. You're saying, "Oh, she just wants to be friendly," but when you walked in and she
just give me one in the back of the head.
Third man up here, Elsie over the.
Yeah, this is
Okay, maybe need to. All right.
I don't know. Have you ever considered that she's an outdoor dog, Tom? This indoor stuff isn't working. I'll give you the tip. So, yeah. All right. So, thanks for everyone who is tuned into the pod. Just a bit of a different start. As I said, Elsie just causes more mayhem. But as she said, just saying g'day.
She's timing's everything. She was sitting there, fucking quiet as a mouse.
Maybe she likes the camera.
Okay, maybe she knows that.
Maybe she's going to be a show dog.
Don't know if she's going to be a show dog. Maybe she knows when the camera's on. We can't clip her one. Yeah, we're not going to lay
Tamil.
Yeah, we're not going to lay
once
that.
we're recording, Tamil. Yeah, check out the YouTube for footage.
But don't worry, Elsie. Like a dodgy cop, we can quickly turn off our camera and lay the boots in, and then turn the camera back on. So
I can always edit out that. I've edited out a few jokes and things like that. So
living on borrowed time. But welcome to another episode of the Good Banter podcast. Plenty to talk about. We're at Siegert HQ today. Evan's just got off the plane from.
I've come back from Port Douglas.
Port Douglas.
So I guess 24 hours ago, I was sitting down at Alice Beach having a Reuben sandwich, looking out over the water there, 27, 28 degrees. And you fly back into Melbourne and she's a quick reality check.
Is there anything fucking more depressing than when you're away somewhere warm on a holiday and they open that door at Melbourne and the cold air comes through and it is just like, fuck me, what a kick in the dick. And that, it's,
like Saturday watching the footy, like there's people on the hill, people are wearing singlets, thongs, shorts. You just couldn't have got a better, like Port Douglas, like I did move away and I moved away and I've come back and all my mates, they just go, why the fuck did you do that? And, sometimes you think there are more opportunities down in Melbourne, but...
what made you come back initially?
Initially, I think it was... I felt like maybe I'd done my time up there.
You've run your race,
years.
yeah.
I'd...
been banned from every pub.
Yeah, had a few bands.
Shit in your own backyard a couple of times.
I've done that. Maybe the legacy was starting to... Not that I'd had a massive legacy, but, I had my own radio show, captain of the football club, and, pool cleaner extraordinaire. Maybe I felt the legacy was just...
You'd hit the pinnacle.
Wearing down a bit,
and you had the fast skis on and you were heading down the slope pretty quick. So
and I guess
time to jump off.
Yeah, you're 29 at that stage. Well, the last 3 months I was sleeping, as we mentioned on the pod, I was living in a mate's garage.
Yep.
Yeah, you sort of think maybe life isn't going that well.
There won't be change unless there's change.
And then you look at, who do you hook up with in Port Douglas? And it's, there's a few backpackers, but they're probably on the younger scope of things, which
and they weren't
digging my vibe.
They weren't seeing Evan as a long-term plan, more of a one-night mistake.
And I think maybe just a what not to do. In the love making.
Just tick that box. Slept with a or been with a red-headed Aussie,
Yeah.
tick
Okay.
that box. It's like anything. You go and see the Great Ocean Road, the Sydney Opera House. You climb the bridge. You sleep with a piss wreck red-head Aussie. Just tick all the Aussie boxes.
Yeah, that's
while you're
right.
over here.
Yeah, so then you go, well, they're not an option, and then you
No.
start looking at some of the locals and you say, oh, well, they've been through half the footy team.
Yep.
They've, things, yeah.
They might look all right now, but that much sun, you can look like a cheap handbag.
Yeah, you sure
Skin
can.
like a cheap handbag.
Bloody oath.
Like a
oath.
wallet.
So, yes. So, yeah. So I thought I'll come back and, get a, well, the pool cleaning was all right.
Yep.
I sort of came back and thought to set myself up, and then after about 5 years of being here, I quit the apprenticeship I'd done, and
Yep.
yeah, thought I'd do comedy full time and really put myself in the shit.
Yep.
But,
But you're here now. And you're ticking. You're going all right.
I'm going all right, mate.
You're going all right. Things are working
the
up.
Patreon's buzzing. Thanks to everyone who's jumped on the
Yeah.
Patreon. I finally got the cash out for the Patreon.
Yeah, you little beauty. That's
So, on it didn't work out to a great hourly rate. But,
no, it's because when you told me, I thought, fuck, that's all right. But then you explained how long it had been.
Yeah, that was over 8 months.
The time you'd put into it. And, quick calculation. And, not a great hourly rate.
Not great, but thank you to all the
Yeah,
patrons who have signed up. We're going to do a bonus today. We're not going to do the Q&A. We did get a few people hit us up with Q&A questions.
Yep.
We probably need a little more than 2, though.
Okay. Yep.
So hit us up on the Instagram.
We could have made questions up, but that's not our style.
No.
It's
No, don't be shy. Don't be shy. We don't have to name you if you. Oh, mate, I don't want people thinking that I'm hitting Evo and Tommy up to ask them questions. I don't give a fuck about Evo and Tommy.
No, it could be anything. Relationship advice. If you've got a little mark on your bloody ball bag you're not sure about, send us in a
That's it.
pic and we'll diagnose it.
I'll get my missus is a doctor.
Nah, we can do it.
All right,
We can do it.
All right,
I'm pretty confident.
Dr. Google.
Pretty confident I've had them all. I know it. I know
You
it.
know it.
I know
Yeah.
what they look
Red
like.
rash. That's
Yep.
chlamydia.
That's the
Perfect.
one.
Oh, that's gonorrhea.
That's that's the big HIV.
Oh,
Yep,
Look
that's
out,
the one.
Magic
All right.
Johnson.
I saw a funny T-shirt the other day that the picture of Magic Johnson. Did you see that one?
No.
float around? And it had B positive written below it, which I thought was quite clever.
That's not bad.
Not bad.
Who was wearing that? Who's wearing that these days?
Something online. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's what
I used to wear a T-shirt around. You look back and you think, what did people think? I used to wear a T-shirt. You know the little man symbol?
Yep.
On the toilets?
Yep.
Yep. I used to have a picture of that and it didn't have a head. And below it said need head. And I used to wear that around.
What age? What age were you?
28? No, I bought it when I was in Canada. So I would have been 21.
Yeah, that's 21. You sort of.
And it was a different time.
It was a different time. The old FBI one was one that female body inspector.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
Yeah, or sex. I saw some flog. When I was at high school.
Yep.
There used to be a place in Croydon called EVs. That's where all the local bands would play.
Yep.
And yet they, over the years, have had some big acts there.
Sure they have.
Yeah, and anyway, I was keen on a girl at high school, maybe a little bit younger.
Yep.
And I thought, oh, she's great. She's so gorgeous and this and that. And
Yep.
yeah, she hooked up with a guy one night there who was wearing a sex instructor T-shirt. Sex instructor first lesson free.
Oh.
Well, if anything put you off that fucking T-shirt, it's some little flog hooking up with a chick you like.
Yeah.
And
you got to be able to pull it off.
ballsy to wear that.
That's ballsy. Well, he picked up the... Oh, God. She's bloody moving the table around. She's strong.
Oh, yeah.
If nothing else, she's strong and persistent.
Shit, yeah.
Another T-shirt
I thought she dropped her guts there.
so do I.
Just whimpering.
She's...
She knows what the listeners want.
Yeah. Well, if you got a fart, else you might be get yourself some airtime.
Yeah.
Never hear dog farts. I guess they don't have arse cheeks.
You fucking smell them, though.
Yeah, but they don't have arse cheeks.
They don't sort of have arseholes, do they? They're sort of
Oh, they
weird.
definitely have arseholes.
Oh, they got arseholes.
Because they're always there.
Tail up.
It'd be funny if a dog did have arse cheeks. Just because their arsehole's just that sort of
That'd
gaping
be
hole.
weird, yeah. There's nothing really protecting their arsehole. They must just walk around sometimes a bit on edge.
Well, they'd get a lot of flies on their asshole, I reckon.
That's shit.
Because we've got Yeah, it's cheap, but other people can have it.
Yeah, okay.
Other animals can have it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to have a T-shirt. I saw a guy wear it once, and I thought it looked pretty cool. And then I saw it when I was in LA, so I bought it, but I couldn't pull it off. It was a picture of the Pope, and it said, "I like the Pope because the Pope smokes dope."
Well, that's just rhyming.
Yeah.
Whatever, yeah.
And the Pope had a joint in his mouth.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
But
someone's got to think of that.
But I wasn't a pot smoker, so couldn't really pull it off.
No, and you've been touched by the Pope.
Yeah.
So I saw one on the weekend up in Port Douglas. I'm not gay, but $20 is $20.
Yeah, that's good.
That's good.
That's good.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. But don't know if I'd wear it, but you can sort of wear whatever you want up there. No one gives a fuck.
Nah, they're up far North Queensland. They're a bit the
backwards.
woke hasn't really caught on up there.
Oh no, not at all. Not at all.
Nor should it.
No, yeah.
Nor
if you
should it.
actually, maybe one for the Patreon. I'll actually heard a good story.
Okay.
Maybe Patreon. So I'll get all my ducks in a row, and I'll maybe about a drug bust.
Oh,
that's
love a good drug bust story.
Shit,
not enough of them.
No, you got to get into it. So.
Well, I am. I'm fresh off it's Tuesday about lunchtime. I'm fresh off a huge gig at Marvel Stadium.
Wow, roof open or closed, mate?
Roof was open. Not sure why it was raining. I guess to get the water on the grass.
The grass. How is the grass looking?
It's looking good. Goalpost down. I said, "What do you got coming up next?" And I don't know how well this is going to sell it. It's apparently some. There's a big golf thing coming up where they actually have the golfers on these tees, but they're sort of in the crowd, and they've got to try, and the holes are on the ground, and they've got it's like $10,000 for a hole in one, and golf's changed a lot, hasn't it, in the last couple of years?
It has.
I think they've had to.
They've had to do something to
jazz
it up.
Fucking boring.
Fucking oath.
Yeah.
I think apparently if you go to the golf, it's good to watch because on TV it's like anything. You don't realise how good they are. But then if you're standing behind someone and you'll see Rory McIlroy or whatever, he'll bend a ball around trees, around people, and you get an appreciation of how good they are. But, I don't know if you're going to Marvel Stadium to watch some flogs try to hit a ball into a hole.
Yeah, they're trying to sexy it up. Maybe they add a bit of music and we'll see how that goes for them. And then they said they've got Paul McCartney coming up.
Oh, yeah, well, that's big. That's big. $600 a ticket, I've heard.
I wouldn't pay $100. I wouldn't pay $50 to see Paul McCartney.
I don't think I'd pay $50.
He just seems very fucking boring, like a really boring bloke.
Well, even I don't know if it's maybe we might cop some criticism. I don't know. The Beatles don't really excite me.
No, I reckon timing was everything. They were just at a time where, they were the first, have a bowl cut or whatever the fuck they were doing. But the hype was massive. And so everyone talks about him as the greatest. But, geez, I mean, you play some of their music and she's not great.
Yeah, you start falling asleep.
Like Yellow Submarine, fucking hell. That's
Jesus Christ.
Bloody kids, bloody lullaby shit.
Yeah,
lullaby?
The Wiggles. The Wiggles wrote that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so maybe, but we're being a bit harsh. Maybe I've got to listen back to some of the Beatles stuff and fire. And maybe if you know the backstory about how I went to the Cavern. The Cavern in Liverpool when I was over there.
What's a cavern?
Oh, it's called the Cavern. Oh. That's where the Beatles sort of started out, I think.
Pub?
Yeah, pub, music venue.
Yeah, nice.
So that was, I guess at the time I didn't probably appreciate it. I was coming off a 5-week bender through Europe. So, but anyway.
Yeah,
the Beatles.
So this gig at today, I had one of those moments today when so it was for Sportsbet.
Yep.
It was their big customer summit. So there are about 600-700 of their employees at this customer summit, and they're all.
It's big when they call it a summit.
A summit.
It's not a conference.
It's not a conference.
It's like the Everest of conferences.
It was big, and so they're at Marvel Stadium. So she's big. So Marvel Stadium, obviously, it's empty, no game on, and
shit area around Marvel Stadium. It's a bit fucking. Not much going on there around the Docklands.
Yeah. Because you need good pubs. And there's a pub there that I drove past. This looks like a fucking office, and they've put a pub sign on the front. Like it's just zero character.
It's like
zero character.
It's like the moon. There's no atmosphere. It's fucked.
Fuck all atmosphere.
Fuck all.
Yeah, but in saying that, I'm a fan of that joint. I reckon we're a bit spoiled to have an indoor stadium in Melbourne.
It's not bad.
Yeah. So anyway, 700 people, 700 people. So they're all sitting on the bottom level in the seats.
Yes.
So performing in front of 700 people.
That sounds great.
Seems
when
like a lot of people.
50,000.
Whack them in a 55-seater. She still feels a little empty.
55,000 seater.
What did I say?
55.
Oh yeah, no, it's bigger than that.
Yeah, no, 600 and a 55 seat, that'd go off.
Yeah, that's it's too many people. So
people are dying.
Yeah, so there's a lot of empty seats, but they've done a good job of packing them all in, and no one really knows what's going on. No, they know they're at the customer summit. They know they're there all day. No one knows what to expect, and my job's to pump them up.
Oh,
so they've booked me as a suburban footballer. Right?
Did you have a separate PA for that? Who books that? Is it?
No, that's me.
That's you.
That's me
okay.
booking the suburban footballer. So the goalposts moved a little bit in the lead up, but they were very good. They were fantastic. So a guy, a good mate that works for Sportsbet, he gave me a bit of dirt. But geez, like this is corporate stuff. So I can't be talking about some bloke getting blown in the dunnies on a junket in Mexico.
No, you can't do that.
I can't be bringing that stuff. But their idea of dirt for something like this is Johnny maybe goes on a lot of junkets.
Oh, Jesus, that's going to bring the house
someone's
down,
a little tight.
Yeah.
Yes. So, and also, don't forget, with that many people,
they wouldn't all know each other.
They don't all know each other.
Nah.
You've got guys from Sydney, you've got guys from IT. So I'm trying to handpick people that would hopefully be known by everyone. Like I brought up Nathan Brown.
Yeah, that's good. Is
and,
he there?
He wasn't there.
He's got better things.
He's got better things to do. But I brought up the social content team because they're sort of everyone knows them. You know, the guys that are on the sketches and so forth. So there was a moment there. So everyone's sitting down, and I was booked to be the suburban footballer. So I was going to wear my footy gear, helmet, mouth guard. I thought that's going to really wow them. You know, it's going to look different. At least it's going to be different. At least they're going to know I'm a player and a coach. Anyway, so they said, we've got our own Sportsbet footy gear. I would like you to wear that. Fantastic. So no need to take the suburban footballer gear because they've got it. Get to the ground, that they haven't got it.
Okay.
So they've got a full-length tracksuit, just a full-length tracksuit.
All right, so you're just a dodgy PE teacher.
So I'm a dodgy. So
still wearing the helmet?
Bat, I had my helmet and mouth guard, but it looked fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, you look like it
didn't make sense. Yeah, it didn't make sense. And you've got to assume, and fairly confidently assume, that no one knows who the fuck the suburban footballer is. So all of a sudden, I'm just a guy in a tracksuit wearing a helmet and a mouth guard.
Yeah, you go. This guy's broken out of the mental asylum.
Yeah. So I've ditched the helmet, ditched the mouth guard. I did have a whistle in the car, so I went and grabbed a whistle to sort of make it look like I was.
Did you get the royal treatment? Did you get in under the ground, or did they make you?
Parked under the ground.
Southern Cross Station.
Parked under the ground.
Okay.
They had a great sound system, which was good because I would have been battling without a sound system. So the sound tech, he was fantastic, and I know I've given sound guys a bit of a
real pasting
on this show, but this guy, fuck, you appreciate a good one. He was fantastic. So I came out, and so everyone's filing in. And I had to remember all this shit. And as you may or may not be aware, my memory ain't great.
Not good.
But the great thing about the suburban footballer character is I have the whiteboard and the magnet board.
Perfect.
So I basically just write shit up on the computer, print it up, and stick it to the inside of the magnet board. So I've got as many notes as I want. So I couldn't have done it without that. I would have been fucked. Absolutely fucked. So there's a little moment there, 600-700 people. The girls come up to me and she said, all right, it's time to go. Are you ready? And I just stand there. It's 9 o'clock in the morning. It's Tuesday. I'm dressed in a Sportsbet head-to-toe tracksuit. Everyone's waiting for me. I'm holding a microphone.
Okay, so quickly, just so to picture it, they're in the crowd like they're watching an AFL game.
Like they're watching an AFL game.
Where are you standing? Are you in the crowd with them? Do they have a raised platform? Are you in the middle of the ground? Where are you?
No, so one little blessing was it just finished raining. So all the seats out in that could get rained on were wet. So no one was sitting there, which was okay because that meant it almost created an area that I could go and stand in. I stood in the aisle. So I'd say 300 were one side.
This is
300.
a tough gig, Tommy.
This is not an ideal gig. This is fucking appalling, keeping in mind that I swear like a trooper. I can't say a single swear word. And I've got to mention all this shit. I've got to do the acknowledgement of country.
Oh,
yikes! And I'm not sure if you've read those, but look, and obviously
there's big words in there, and
they're quite wordy.
Can you say emerging?
I'm not sure, but I made sure I was reading that one word for word. Not many jokes through the acknowledgement of country.
No, you can't really,
No, she's a bit of for a comedian, and obviously I understand why they do it, and it's great, but probably comedy bloody kryptonite. It's not great. So anyway, so there was a little time. Tom, you ready to go on now? You ready? Well, I just thought to myself,
a mental blank.
I didn't, but I just
what am I doing?
Just thinking to myself, why do I fucking do this to myself?
Yeah.
My gut's fucking squirming. I'm thinking, I'm holding this board. My eyesight's that fuck now. I can barely even read the notes I've got on this board. I need to be wearing glasses, basically. I'm fighting a losing battle there. So, and I'm just thinking, why do I fucking do this to myself? The money's good, but
for a Tuesday during the day, you told me what you did say that you lowballed yourself.
I did.
I went a bit high when I said how much you were getting paid, and you went lower.
Because I think to them it's he's only doing 10 minutes, and then he can head straight home.
It's not 10 minutes.
But I had to write all the material. I had like 3 meetings to get it right. It had to be screened by someone. But anyway, in the end, I sort of made the decision. What's more important to me is ticking. I think everyone understands it's a tough gig.
Yeah.
Like, they're not going to be rolling out of the aisles laughing. As long as I can get a few laughs, I had a lot of messages to get across. I had to tell everyone what the 4 main reasons for the summit are.
Yep.
Like,
just talk about how much money we've made.
Yep. And
how much people have lost their houses.
And I think as long as I'm ticking
families.
boxes, as long as I'm not offending anyone and ticking boxes, I'm okay. Anyway, so I had a few people to mention, got a few laughs. Actually, when I got off, because everyone just cleared out and straight away. And all of a sudden,
that's maybe a good thing.
That's a good thing.
Because the last thing you want to do is have to do the walk through the crowd.
Yeah,
It gets awkward after some of those gigs where
you
finish and there's no real, they're not cheering you off or anything.
No.
Everyone just sits there and goes, okay.
Well, I could, because I was this coach and I could I was go, all right, give yourselves a big rev up, rah, rah, and I had to eye of the tiger. And so I could sort of finish, I could basically yell at them to clap.
Yeah.
So even if they didn't appreciate it, I made them clap. So
good coach.
And then at the end, everyone had wristbands, and I just say, all right, red wristband, stand up. And everyone with a red wristband stood up, and they followed the red flag. When everyone was gone, blue wristband, they headed off, purple, green, and all of a sudden it was just me and the sound guy. And the girl that organised it did come up, and she said, oh, that was good, but and she goes, you weren't to know this, but one of the guys you mentioned, you said he was a bit tight. He no longer works for us. I said, well,
thanks for the heads up.
I didn't know
when
that.
When did he get sacked? 2 days ago?
Yeah, she didn't know that either. And my other contact didn't know that either. So, but yeah, anyway.
So they're a pretty tight company
it's
there.
It's a big company.
It's a big company.
It's a big company.
That's it.
It is a big company.
Well, that's why, as you said, given dirt, that's not really going to work, is it?
No.
600 people from all around Australia at this Everest summit.
Yeah. But I think, look, it was a pass, but it's sort of like we put ourselves, like you had that corporate the other day that was appalling. You get in these shit situations. Is it worth it? That fucking stomach in a knot thinking, why am I doing this? For that feeling when you get in the car and you're heading home and you're like, you know what? I did it. And if
Yeah.
and if I hadn't done it, I'd be at home. I wouldn't have had the high. I wouldn't have had the low. I wouldn't have had the nerves.
I think you need it because there's times where I'll maybe on the Patreon I'll talk about a gig I did after I got back from Thailand, and it wasn't in front of that many people, but I think you need something like that. I mean, you walk off and go, you might have earned what someone in a regular job will earn in a week.
A week, yeah.
A week.
So when you look at it like that, it's pretty good.
And also, I think as well, you do need that. You need the nerves. Like a lot of people, they're just going to their day-to-day job. They go, this is fucked. This is shit. You do it. You get home. There's maybe no satisfaction. You get on the booze on a Monday night. You get home. You watch Netflix on a Tuesday. You get on the booze. So they need things like that to give them a... everything's different with comedy. Everything's different. You put yourself in positions where you're uncomfortable.
Yeah, you're right. It's also where sport's great. Sports gives a lot of people the highs and lows.
Yes.
You need highs and lows.
Yep. Without the booze or the drugs.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes you need the drugs.
If it's the off season, maybe a few drugs
get the drugs up,
to get the high
get snorting.
Going. All right, so
yeah, well, well done, mate.
So I did it. Ticked the box. Got out of there. Just got a text saying, "Thanks." They think it went great. Had a couple of slaps on the back. What more can you do?
No, you can't do any more than that. You've done well, and now it's over.
It's over.
Do you feel like there's a weight off your shoulders? You look
certainly
lighter.
do. So there's no when you got something like that. All right, there's two types of job, right?
Head
and
job
blow, and you've just got to decide which one's your favourite. At the end of the day, well, maybe there's several types of job. But there's two types of job that I'm talking about.
Yep.
So there's the type of job that it's got to be done, and when it's done, you're done. For example, mow the lawn.
It's done.
Once you mow the lawn, it's done. Although that lawn grows back, so that's not a great example.
No.
So maybe hanging the TV on the wall. You've got a job to do. You do it, or a major assignment. You do it. You hand it in. Ticket. Job done. And the other type of job is where I guess you've got a presentation where, and that's why this has always been on my mind in the lead up. You can always be doing more practice because my memory's fucked. I've got to keep practicing. Over prepare. So every day I'd sit down on the couch and it'd just be sitting there like, oh, I could be practicing for this, or you're in your car. Oh, I just want to put on some music, but you know what? I should be running through this. And those ones, it's great to get them out of the way.
It is good.
Because they just sit there like a big nugget of shit on the side of your face that you just want to clean off, and you're not yourself, because no one's yourself when you've got a nugget of shit on your face.
You never are.
It's a great metaphor.
Not a good spot to be in,
No.
the nugget of shit on your face.
Yeah. So
well, you've done it, mate.
I can flick the shit off. I can have a shower and
You got the rest of the afternoon,
get
mate.
back to living.
Yeah, that's it, mate. Living. Well, good on you. Good. And it's one of those ones where it's never going to be... You're in a lose-lose... it's not going to be awesome.
No.
It's never going to be
I
awesome.
think you learn to lower your expectations.
True.
Lower your standards.
Yeah.
Which you do a lot of when you get older.
Yeah, definitely, mate.
Yeah.
Definitely, yeah. No, well, speaking of maybe some lower expectations...
Yeah.
I went up to Port Douglas.
Yeah, yep.
That's high.
That's high expectations.
High expectations.
It's nearly Darwin.
It's nearly Darwin. So, yeah, the reason I was going up to Port Douglas was for the 35-year reunion.
The big 3-5.
And this is of the whole club. So they've
been around for 35 years.
Been around for 35 years, yeah.
This is, of course, the club that I'm...
You're the number one ticket holder.
Number one ticket holder.
Which,
it's fallen a bit flat.
Losing a lot of its sheen, the old number one ticket holder.
Although I've been a great ambassador.
You started all right. You did the video.
Yeah.
And then...
and I put something up on my page. Did I?
Don't know. But it's one of those, like Port Douglas, it's bloody tough. And to be honest, probably, in all... what do I say? They flew me up. They flew me up. They flew me up to host.
Maltese?
No, thanks. I'm I'm good. I'm sort of in the middle of something here, mate.
Okay.
Yeah, so, because it might have been tough to get up there if you did have that airfare on the back burner there. She's not
Beautiful
cheap
place.
to get around Australia anymore.
It's heaven, but a fucking nightmare.
Yeah, well, you looked at getting up there and you said, I'll take the kids up. I'll take the wife up. And you said, I'm not going to get much chance. I'm going to have to do 35 Sportsbet gigs to bloody...
Oh, it was going to cost a small fortune.
Afford it.
I'll tell you what, we don't get political on this show, but Qantas can go and eat a big bag of dicks. If you make that much profit, do they have shareholders?
Did Alan Joyce just get the arse? I thought
Did he?
someone...
Fuck, that'd be right.
Let's have a look if Alan Joyce just
This
got
could be hot off the press.
This could be
Although
hot off
you'll
the
be
press. Because
hearing
he
it
seemed...
Thursday.
Well, I just... Yeah.
I think when you're in a job like that,
well, you've lost touch with the common man.
Well, you've definitely lost touch with it.
Alan Joyce to stand down. Here we go. Alan Joyce to stand down as Qantas chief executive tomorrow, which is Wednesday.
Yep.
After tumultuous week. Well,
he hasn't had a great decade, I would have thought.
And he just looks like
What
a flog. Like, is that the guy?
slimy
What
little-
a slimy little... He's English, isn't he?
Scottish?
English. He looks like he'd sniff chairs, I reckon. He's a chair
Oh, he's a
sniffer
chair sniffer.
from
Yeah.
way back.
Well, I reckon, every
Maybe.
flight, that's how he got his gig. Every flight would land, everyone would get off,
And
and he'd just go around and smell every seat on the plane.
just sniff, even the bloke seats.
Oh, every seat.
He'd sniff the pilot's seat.
Yep.
Yeah, he'd sit where the air hosties sit. He'd bloody get in the emergency exit and start snorting those.
He'd lick that little bit
The
where your head
headrest?
rests. It sort of
Yeah.
has the little bendy bits at the side that stops your head from tilting.
Oh, yeah.
He'd really get his face in there and just, I think sometimes, and look, there's going to be smarter people than us listening to this.
Yep.
About to switch off because they just thinking these guys should not be getting to politics. But I think sometimes we just accept, like, they got, $1.3 billion profit.
Yeah.
The cost of flights is going up.
Going up.
And everyone's like,
The cost of living is going up. People's wages aren't going up.
No. And everyone's like, that sucks. But surely there's someone that can do something.
Someone's got to
Who
do
owns
something.
Qantas?
Who owns it?
Is it shareholders?
I don't know. It's a private company, isn't it?
No,
Is it, or is it public? See,
Yeah.
we don't know how it works.
Maybe we're out of our...
But there's got to be someone who's got to be able to do something. But we just accept it, don't we?
And I think we've discussed this before. Interest rates. Everyone's like, we're putting the interest rates up to get the inflation down because that's got to be done. And everyone goes, oh, well, I guess if that's what you've got to do, it sucks. But has anyone in some power ever stood back and go, you know what? This system is fucking retarded.
Yeah.
Like, why does it? What's wrong with people spending? Why don't we just, like everyone goes, oh, you can't print more money because it makes the value of dollar go down. Fucking why?
Gives a fuck?
Why are we telling people we're printing more money?
We're
Just
a
print more
country
money.
that far away. We should have our own currency. We shouldn't rely on America and things like that. We should just call it the Aussie dollar.
Could a country...
But Aussie, O-Z-Z-I-E.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, it is called the Aussie dollar, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think someone's beat you to that one. But could it, and this is, yeah, I'm sure there's a reason why we can't, but could a country start up their own bank? Just their own bank?
Yep.
Just like, it's not Westpac, it's not fucking Commonwealth, it's not Bendigo, their own bank, and just, because they're making that much fucking money that instead of having profit, almost a non-for-profit, and just have interest rates at a nice low level, and if you need a loan, yep, fucking have a loan, but we got a nice low level. Everyone uses this bank. It's non-for-profit, makes a little bit of money, but nothing too much, just to pay some staff, and the whole country can use it, and it's fucking happy days.
Yeah, and there's not the CEO just sitting there on his gold bloody toilet, just looking down at everyone going, peasants.
Yeah.
Like,
is there a reason why we can't do that?
No. Yeah, politics, mate. I don't know.
I can't even work out fucking Instagram. So maybe, look, maybe.
Well, I asked you to I reviewed you in an Instagram post, and all you had to do was, I'm trying to explain it to you Saturday morning at the airport.
You sent me a text message explaining me how to do something on Instagram. Honestly, it may as well have been in Chinese. I was like, what? My eyesight's that fuck now. I can barely even read it. As you said before, I'd make my font bigger on my phone, but I don't even know how to do it.
Oh, I wouldn't know how to do that.
No.
Just hold the phone closer.
Yeah,
That's how you make it bigger. So
right.
there we go. Anyway, so
so you're going up,
flown into, and mind you, like it was essentially 48 hours in Port Douglas, and someone go, you're only there for 48 hours, but geez, you can still get you wake, like you waste a day on the Monday getting there, doing this. We got up at 2:30 Saturday morning, 2:30 a.m. Saturday morning.
Jeepers.
6 o'clock flight. Get in at 9:30. Scotty, my father-in-law, he's there, grabs us. And just that feeling when he rocks into the...
Picked you up from Cairns?
Picked us up from Cairns. Yeah, you can't fly into Port Douglas unless you've got a private jet, which you don't know if the club was paying for that.
No.
So picks us up, and then you head up the highway there, and just the vibe. As soon as you get there, you're hit by this heat. It's brilliant. So we've got the 35-year reunion, and want a big shout out. It probably wasn't as well attended as what it could have been. I think a few people got there on the Thursday, and what they do on the Thursday night, you go watch the boys train, you have a few beers, bit of a catch up. On the Friday night, what did they have on the Friday night?
Well, I did point out that Father's Day was an odd day, was an odd weekend to have it.
Yeah, I think they said, can we get the Tom Siegert, the number one ticket holder, up there? And he said, I got 3 boys. I spend fuck all time with them during the year. Maybe going up to Port Douglas by myself on Father's Day weekend.
That's not
given the way you behaved the last time you're up there on your own.
I might end up like the song Father's Day itself as a single dad.
Yeah.
I popped that on for the kids the other day on Father's Day. I said I cranked it up. It was a great song. I was listening to the words. And I was like, every Saturday is Father's Day. I was listening to the words. I thought, this is a fucking depressing song. This guy's life's a real mess.
Yeah,
he's really fucked up. And all this time I've catchy beat, and I thought, happy song, Father's Day, love your kids, but jeepers, that guy's he's
sometimes
about to jump.
Well, you hear other songs like "Sex on Fire" by Kings of Leon. You go, oh yeah, I'm a good rooter. That's about STDs.
Is it?
Yeah,
because it should be my urine's on fire.
Yeah, that could be it. It's about
because it's not the sex because it's
no, but it is a song. So "Sex on Fire's got a better ring to it. The urine on fire. I don't think it would have been a number one hit.
Yeah.
It was called, Oh, My Urine's on Fire.
I remember they bought Kings of Leon.
Yeah.
I remember they came down to after Black Saturday.
Yeah.
Remember they had that big concert at the MCG, and they were the headline act, and that was their big song. And
maybe it's
yeah, and that was everyone was waiting for it, but they didn't do it.
No, well, they probably thought. But that's when everyone didn't realise it was about. They could have gone, guys, this isn't about fire. It's about having STDs, all right? So grow up.
But then, the guys that had STDs in the crowd.
Yeah, then they feel a little off-put.
Yeah.
They're in the toilet going, this burns.
It burns. So anyway, so you're up. Anyway,
there. So we're up there. And
48 hours.
48 hours. And, so I think on the Friday they do the raffles at the tavern out there, one of the sponsors. Yep. And then Saturday's the big day. We've got the game during the day. It's a big game. It's Port Douglas are on top of the ladder. They're going really well. Jared Petrenko, ex-Adelaide Crows player, is the coach, first year up there.
Oh, nice.
He's settled in well. He's got the boys humming.
Is he playing?
He's playing.
Yeah, good.
He's playing coach. They got
him a job. Is he?
I don't know what he's doing up there.
Cleaning pools or what's he doing?
I
bet he's not living in a garage.
Cleaner. No, he's got a house. He's got a family as well. So he's ahead of me.
Yeah, big move for him.
Big move. So I don't know what he's doing work-wise. And they're playing the Cairns Lions, coached by ex-Melbourne Aaron Davey.
Alwyn Davey.
No, Aaron.
Oh, yep.
Yeah, Alwyn's his brother or whatever.
Interesting move by the parents to pick two such...
Aaron and Alwyn.
Yeah.
Yeah, it clearly fucked you up.
It's like if your brother was called Ivan.
Yeah, Ivan and Evan
Ivan.
Hocking, and my sister was called
Erin.
Erin, Ivan, and
Yeah.
Evan.
Like, Evan, come in here. No, not you.
Ivan.
Not you, Erin.
Well, parents stuff up names as it is without putting them that close.
Oh,
Oh,
the amount of times I'll be mean to call Harry and I'll say Noah, Flynn, Harry, and they're all looking at me.
Tam.
Yep. Elsie.
Tam's my wife, Elsie.
Yep. No, it's
Paul,
tough going.
Paul's my best mate. Yeah. So anyway, and beforehand, I'd been sent a run sheet. We're doing this, we're doing that, because it's essentially it's 35 years of a club. Like, most clubs don't really do this because they've been around for 100 years. You can't fit 100 years into one night.
So it's not a premiership reunion.
No, it's a club reunion. So the first year I was up there was 2008. So they had a big do for the 20-year reunion. And at that stage, a lot of people who started the club, like Andy Smith and Ernie Baxter, they started the club, which is an amazing effort.
Oh.
And, it's one of those things where you've heard all the stories. Just crazy to start. Far North
Because there wouldn't be a
Queensland.
heap of locals there.
No, well, Andy was saying, and he spoke on the night. He doesn't live there anymore. He's down in Brisbane. They flew him up, and I sort of had the run sheet, and I said to the people who printed out the run sheet, I said, "Oh, does everyone know who's talking and that?" And said, "Oh." So I thought, on the day, I better go chat to people and just make sure they know what's going on, because it just sort of, there are a few little lines on how it's going to work, and I think sometimes, as we were saying off air, sometimes they just go, "Oh, we'll get Tommy, or we'll get Evo to MC it. We'll give them not much information, and they'll just work their magic."
Just because you've MC'd before doesn't mean you're a fucking mind reader. You still need some direction.
Yeah, that's right. So, but I was, chatting to Scotty. He's vice president up there.
Yep.
He goes, "Oh, mate, it's great. We've set up, mate. This setup. We're going to be out the back there, so it's going to be outdoors.
Not ideal.
Not ideal. Not
By
ideal.
any stretch.
By any stretch of the imagination. But so I just start chatting to a few people, like Andy Smith, who's founder of the club. I said,
Yep.
"Oh, mate, so you got to chat?" He goes, "Yeah, I got to chat." So what are you going to chat about? Have they given you a time limit? I said, "No, they haven't given me a time limit." That's dangerous.
That's
Because
dangerous.
Andy loves a fucking chat.
Yep.
And he said, we'll just see how it goes on the night, and we'll work out how it goes. I said, okay. He's going to chat for 2 hours. And
Oh, sticky
mate,
feet, Andy.
people who were involved at that era. Because what I started to notice, I'll get to the function, because there was a bit of stuff during the day.
Yep.
But we get to the function. I said, what time are we kicking off? I said, we want to kick off at 6:30.
Okay.
So everyone sort of makes...
So the team win?
The team won.
Team won.
Two
So they're up
good
and about.
wins. They're up and about. Things happen. And then it sort of switches over to, there's nothing... Yes. We're going to kick off at 6:30. I said, well, how's the sound going? I said, we're going to use the microphone that's running through the speakers through the club.
Okay. Not always great.
Not always great. So,
In fact, never great.
So Scotty's yelling out, "All right, guys, come on, we're going to start." And I'm outside where it's going to be set up. And mind you, we're set up, I'll put some photos up, we're set up on a car trailer. Like if your car breaks down
Yep.
and you want to tow it, we got one of those.
Okay, so
Got one
not
of those.
a stage per se.
Not a stage
more
per
of
se.
more
of just a shitty 30-year-old
yeah.
trailer from Robbo's backyard.
Oh, at least if you're your performance is a wreck, they'll just be able to
Tow me away.
just tow you away.
Tow
Yeah.
me away.
That wouldn't be too bad actually. You'd have someone fucking sitting idle in the car.
Maybe
And
they
if
should.
you're not into it, just
if
say
the first joke bombs. Like,
just say,
all right, Buddha.
yeah, Dennis,
you're out of here,
get me
mate."
out of here. And the car just fucking drives off back to Cairns.
Enjoy the rest of your night, guys.
Go
Yeah.
fuck yourselves,
They've-
and
yeah.
you just disappear into the
See you
sunset.
later. So they've hired some picket fencing. They've put up fairy lights. They've got a little backdrop.
Yep.
And they bought up a couch. I think they were sort of thinking, we'll get people up and have a bit of a chat.
Yeah, a lot of people think the couch is going to be a good idea, but it's never is.
No, it doesn't really work when people are sort of 20 metres away
No.
and I'm just sitting on a car trailer.
Yeah.
So anyway, so the sound from the rooms isn't coming out. So I said, we got any speakers coming outside, guys? And I said, oh, nah, someone forgot the amplifier. It's still getting fixed or whatever. I said, well, that would have been nice to know.
I'm getting the feeling they're not dotting the I's and crossing the T's.
I don't think even the lowercase J's are getting dotted here. So anyway, Nicky G, who was my celebrant, he's got the sound inside. He's set up for later on for when the disco kicks off.
Okay.
So he's good. I said, Nicky, get down here, champ. We've got to we've got to sort this sound out. We're going to have to take 2 of your speakers and point them from the pavilion down to where I'm on the bloody car trailer.
Yep.
He goes, all right. So we sorted that out. And then it starts getting a bit dark. And they've sort of set up I don't know what sort of light it was, but it was sort of just pointing one side. I said, we might have to try and bring that to the front of the stage because it was side on. And it wasn't really, when you get the shadow on just one side of your face.
It's a Phantom of the Opera sort of look.
Yeah.
They could have turned on the lights of the trailer.
I had the Andrew Lloyd Webber thing going. Anyway, so I've it was fucking hot. I turned it off. I picked it up and I almost burnt me fucking hands. Brought it round to the front. Went to plug it back in. It's not working.
Okay.
Fuck, this is no good. It's not good.
Is it too late to go home?
It's a bit tough because everyone's sort of waiting and, probably can't go home yet. Probably can't go home yet. We've got people who have flown up for the 35 years. A bit disappointing if the MC just legs it 2 minutes before the show. So, anyway, so I said, what about, there's lights on the pavilion pointing down. I said, what about those lights? Can we turn those on? They said, no, they don't work.
Okay.
I said, we're near the netball courts. They've got beautiful lights. I said, what about the netball lights? Can we light all that up so people can see everything? They said, oh, no. We don't really get on with the netballers.
No.
We can't. They've got the key, so that's not happening. I said, all right.
Yeah, might have burnt down a few of the players burnt down the bridge with the netballers.
Yeah.
Can happen.
That can happen. There is a lot of head clashing. There's a lot of button heads.
Yeah.
So, all right. So, it's the lighting's not great. I'm a bit of a stickler, Tommy.
Oh, yeah.
Good sound, good lighting. The sound's not bad. Lighting's not great. But with my head, maybe that's not a bad thing.
No.
Anyway, so they finally get some little thing, some little light up there. It's sort of just doing the job. But it is amazing, though, because we're very, like I said, particular. Like, we'll set up our own gigs, set up perfect lighting, perfect sound, and when it's not quite perfect, you'll be like, oh, this isn't great. But no one else seems to give a fuck.
No.
A lot of people are like, yeah, look at that. That's great.
One of my gigs in WA, I told you this before, I said, what you need is sound, and if you can have lighting for the stage, that'd be...
Look at the dogs on the fucking table. Elsie's on the fucking table. It's going to be on the video.
How'd you get up there?
The fuck did she? How did she get up there? She's tangled. She's not getting down.
You're not getting down now.
No.
You can stay there till the end of the episode. Thank you very much.
Get on the YouTube, and I wonder how long she's been up there.
That's going to be quite funny, clipping that up.
Yeah. There we go.
It's all on camera anyway.
Yeah, so WA, you're over in WA.
Yes, over in WA, and I said, you got to have a sound system. Obviously, I can't take mine over. A stage would be great. Not the end of the world if you don't. Stage lighting would be great. Not the end of the world if you don't. And I got in there. They were that excited. They were like, maybe I need to get her down. She might be able to manage.
Working it out. I mean, that's the only one. Oh.
Yep, well done.
Yep.
Anyway, so she... anyway, they were that excited. And they go, we got the stage lighting for you. And I don't know what the fuck they thought I was asking for. But for the backdrop, they just put all these fairy lights.
Fairy lights. We had the fairy lights.
So, I would have thought stage lighting... You would assume
you'd light up the performer.
Not some just like shitty lights behind. So they must have thought I was a real fucking prima donna asking for fairy lights.
Oh yeah,
behind, yeah. But I didn't have the heart to tell them. It looks stupid.
Yeah. So anyway, we kick off and it's a little bit dark. You can't. I felt like people couldn't see me properly. But anyway. Sort of got the brief, MC, do a bit of stand-up, and I thought, what I'll do, I'll incorporate a bit of stand-up, and then I was going to go into telling the story, because I thought It's a 35-year reunion. People want to hear maybe a story of how I ended up. Because a lot of the new players, they don't know who the fuck I am.
No, a lot of people don't know who the fuck you are.
And I've found that out. Like, a lot of people in town didn't know who I was. I've got some stories about that. But, so they don't know who I am. So you maybe thought someone would get up and go, Buddha's going to be our host, MC. He played 4 years here. He was captain for 3. Just a great guy. And there was none of that. I was sort of I introduced myself. And I did the stand-up. Stand-up, it was getting some laughs.
Get some yucks.
We're going all right. We're up on the trailer telling some ha-has. That's going all right. And then I thought, from that, I've got them laughing. Now I'll get a bit deep.
Yeah.
Now I'll get a bit, all right, let's start building this reunion thing. Let's get everyone in the mood to hear some nostalgia.
A few tales.
So I tried to tell the story of when Johnny Cameron, the ex-president, fucked up my flight because he was in the crowd. I said, I'm going to stitch you right up here, Johnny. And so I started telling that, and then I started mentioning about, Sportsbet, who, is unfortunately no longer with us, club president, great guy. And I'm getting into this story, and I'm thinking, this isn't going as well as what it sort of obviously did at Sportsbet's celebration, because I start realising that a lot of people don't know who Sportsbet is. A lot of people don't know Johnny Cameron the way I knew him.
Well, you've got no cred either.
I've got
nothing. Zero cred.
I've got nothing.
You definitely needed someone to introduce you and tell them a few of your credentials. But at the moment, you got fuck all credentials.
Yeah. So halfway through the story, I start going, this story is a lot better if you know who Sportsbet and you got a good relationship and you know Johnny Cameron a bit. And a few people go, yeah, that's right, because they don't.
What are you doing?
I don't know. So, and then so you know what happens when a story's not going well. You cut out probably a lot of the details, and it ends up just trailing off into fucking a pretty shit story.
Yep.
So that's what happened. And then I said, all right, I can't really leave on that. I'll tell another couple of jokes, but sort of a lot of the respect's gone by then from the younger players. They're like, who's this fuckwit?
Yep. Get him off.
Get him off.
We want to get down
Let's
the backpackers.
Gong him red. And they said, all right, so now I've got to go into the bloody, let's set this up. I've got to introduce the founder of the club, Andy Smith.
Yep.
But then Scotty, my father-in-law, goes, all right, food's up, guys. Food's up. I said, what are we doing, Scotty? Are we going into it? Or are we nah, food. I said, all right, no worries. Go grab some food. And we'll be back in 10 minutes, and I'll cop it up the arse. Yeah, so
so not ideal.
Not ideal. And anyway, people have some food. We get her going again, and Andy Smith gets up, and you just realise. And then we get into the 91 coach. Robbie Hubbard wasn't there, but we tried to get a few of the players up, and it's sort of 3 or 4 players are there, so it just didn't have the...
One thing I've learned over the years from premiership reunions and people telling stories about the premiership, it's great for the 21.
That's it.
It's great for the 21, and it's great for maybe 5 or 6 on the committee, the coach, the assistant coach, maybe the runner. But no one else really gives a fuck. It was a great day. Don't get me wrong. It was a great day.
Good times.
Oh, the Sunday was fantastic. Mad Monday. We'll never forget that.
That's pushing 30 years ago now.
But 30 years on.
And you know what? The 20-year-old girls who are chatting up the back, they don't give a fuck about the game that's just happened today.
They have moved on from that.
They don't go to the footy to even watch their boyfriends or husbands. They go there to yip-yap.
Yeah.
They don't give a shit. And even the new players who are, they don't give a fuck about, this guy founded the club, you should be grateful. I said, this guy's fucking 60 years old.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck about this guy.
Yeah, I think those premiership reunions, it's about getting the players together and them telling the stories amongst themselves. Nothing official, but getting up and, preaching that fucking, Robbo kicked 2 goals in the premiership quarter and got him back in it. Yeah, so no one gives a fuck.
Yeah, so then we went into, so 91 they won it, 2001 they won it. Like a big shout out.
Any talk about the big brawl?
Yeah, we had that.
Well, that would have been interesting.
Well, it was sort of, it was interesting, but by this time you just, like I said, I didn't have a whole list of questions I had to ask, and I'm just trying to, Andy Viola Bull, who was one of my coaches, you really want to hear that stuff, but you feel like out of the crowd, there was maybe only 15% who were invested because they weren't there, and the as I said, the young kids, they're just fucking chatting at the back. No one gives a fuck, and I mean that's what I felt.
Yeah.
But then you go through the 2000. Then they win in 2005, and then you go through Coops, who he's won 6 out of 8 premierships, and by the time we got to ask him sort of 2 questions.
Yeah.
It's just not that it's dragging on, but it's just like we're trying to fit too much into
it's a bit
into
busy.
one night.
Yeah,
and as you said, out of everyone who speaks, maybe only 10% are really invested.
Yeah.
So that's when the yippee yapping happens.
Yeah, and once that starts, woo, forget about it.
It's like a bushfire. It sort of drags on, but. So we get to the end and thank everyone for coming. And, as I said, a big shout-out to Langers. I had to give him a shout-out. He made it up there, and he said, mate, don't tell everyone that I told you to mention me. But I said, I won't tell anyone on the podcast that you asked me to mention you. But it was like I said, it was a good catch-up, but I just felt a bit flat afterwards because it wasn't what I was envisioning. But then you speak to some people and it was fucking great.
Well, they don't know any better. That's one positive that perhaps for them it's not as big a deal. Well, it's obviously not. That was just a function they go to. But for you had higher expectations.
I did, and especially when you're leading it, you just want it to go great. You want, the other problem was we only had the one mic.
Yeah.
So there's nothing that spurts momentum in a conversation is when you got to hand a mic over to someone, and then the first little bit goes, and then you hand it back. But
well, sounds like you really, really fucked the night up there.
Yeah, it's on me.
But geez, it would have struggled without you though.
Oh, it would have. Yeah,
so, mate, good on you.
So we got it through, kept it going, and like I said, no one else seems to care. But just when you got those high standards, but to the Port Douglas footy, they're flying.
Yep.
They're flying. Like they got money in the bank. They're going well on and off the field.
Yep.
I mean, their number one ticket holder's a bit of a fuckwit, but
that's all right.
But that's okay. So
that's all right.
A few beers on the Sunday, and I'll hand it back over to you because I've been going too long here, Timmy.
There we go for time. No, that can't be right. All right.
We're at 57 minutes.
Jesus, that's
it just
kept going.
That story.
No, it was good. It was good. So what do we got time for another story? Sort of.
Yeah. Or do we want to try and do we have to get 2 in because we might be battling 2 episodes or?
Well, we've got
we can go a bit longer.
Oh, we go a bit longer. Yeah. Look,
I mean, the first 20 minutes was
just
controlling the dog.
Yeah. So the dog seems to be quite comfortable there now, looking out the window. Is there anything
else I had to mention about? Did I miss anyone?
I think you might have covered everything there.
I think I got everything. So great to catch up.
All right. So I'll just finish off with something real quick.
Yep.
Something real quick. So it's not really a story. I guess it is a little bit.
I've got to mention a few Bantidos as well at a gig I went to. I'll do that at the end.
Yeah. All right. So went for my son, ever since playing halftime of Collingwood v Brisbane, he's gone footy mad. He's had a taste of the big stage. Let's go to Centenary Park and kick the footy. Let's go to Centenary Park. He just wants to go to the park,
loves it,
kick the footy. So I went for a little kick the other day, and just this little park, a couple of streets over, nice little area. It's got some swings in it. It's got a little climbing frame. So one would assume the council and all those around are expecting kids to be there.
You'd think.
Fairly regular occurrence would be to have kids playing in this little park. Anyway, so we're taking the footy down, pumped it up, going kick to end, kick end to end to end, pick the footy up.
Flat.
Dog shit.
It's
landed in dog shit.
Oh.
And I was fucking fuming.
It's
a fresh from the arse. Probably still warm.
Steaming.
I don't know if it was steaming. I didn't go for the temperature check, but she looked fresh, and she looked like a dog that these guys weren't spending the extra money to buy the
pal. Or
these weren't. These were your
black and gold.
These were your black and gold.
Or maybe just leftovers.
These fucking ferals are just flicking scraps off the kitchen table.
The dog's chewing its own lead.
Yeah. Just and licking its own ass, and just a real sick dog. But I'm not blaming the dog.
No, you can't blame the dog.
The dog's got a shit. This is on the owner. So I've come up with a plan. And I reckon we can get this across the line. We can get enough signatures to get this across the line. If you've got a dog, and dog shit has been a big part of our our podcast
it was
over
for
time.
one episode.
For one episode, yeah. Hope we haven't already touched on this, but if you've got a dog and you're walking your dog and it does a shit, by all means leave it. Just leave it.
Yep.
Obviously, the preference is to pick it up. Have your bag, pick it up, and dispose of it. But if you couldn't be fucked...
Well, that's the thing. A lot of times when you go to the supermarket, you forget your bag. So how are you going to fucking remember a bag if you're just taking the dog for a fucking
Well, most
walk?
Bags are connected to the lead these days.
Yeah, well, that's if you're organised. I mean, your dog's not even connected to the fucking lead most of the time.
That's a good point. That's a good point. By all means, leave your shit. Be a lazy fucking dirtbag piece of shit. Leave the dog shit. But if you get caught, if someone catches you leaving a dog shit, you have to eat the shit.
Okay.
You got to eat the shit.
All right.
No questions asked.
Yep.
So all of a sudden, because I reckon 98% of people are like me.
You don't want to eat dog shit.
Well, I'd say nearly 100% of people don't want to eat dog shit. But I'd say 98% of people are like me that are against leaving shit. So most people are going to be for this movement.
Yes.
So and everyone's got a phone these days. If you see someone, you see a dog doing a shit, just hide behind the bushes. Fucking
pull your pants down.
I don't think you got to pull your pants down. And just record them. And there's just a little website or a little email address or an app. You just download the picture to the app, pop it up, and everyone's on there and they go, "Oh no, that's Evan Hocking from 6 Douglas Street."
Yep.
And name and shame, and then like the public beheadings in the fucking medieval times. Once a week, all the dog shitters are there.
Get into the town hall.
And they get them up, and in front of everyone, they have to eat that dog shit.
Yep.
The dog shit it left.
Okay. I'm liking it.
So all of a sudden, you're up there, all your friends and family and your work colleagues, they're looking at you, and you're thinking, you know what? Next time, I'm going to pick up that dog shit.
I'm going to pick it up.
I'm going to pick up that dog shit. Because you tell me one person that's watching someone eat their own shit that's not going to think, I'm never leaving a shit.
No, that's nah.
Look, it's one from left field, I know, but
it's out there.
But I am fucking like dirty pieces of shit.
Well, I saw something on the weekend at Port Doug, just behind the club rooms where we're making our way from after the game finished.
Yep.
There was just this round white circle. It was like the centre of the, where they bounce the ball on the oval. Someone had written, they just put a white circle around a dog shit.
Why would you do that?
So people know it's there. I thought it was probably easier for someone to pick it up. But old mate's got the white. He's got the line marker and just fucking
done a circle around the shit.
A circle around the shit.
I understand you might do it for a tree or something like a pothole or something a little more permanent, but it's shit.
Yeah, no. So that was interesting. I think instead of maybe putting a mark around it, maybe just get a bag or a shovel and throw it down into the bushes there.
That is an odd one. An odd one. So look, it's just if you're out there, look, we've touched on this before, especially if you're in a. She's back up, is she? She's
back up.
What's she eating?
No, there's nothing to eat. She's pretty happy up there, actually.
Doesn't necessarily have to be edible for that dog to eat it.
No. Yeah, I like that.
Got some AirPods for Father's Day the other day because Elsie ate the AirPods. Do you reckon that's a present, or is that just getting you back to where you started?
Well, that's just bringing it back to even, I reckon.
Like if you get your car stolen and then you get a new car, you don't feel like you won a car. You feel like you're back to where you were.
It's not like a present. No.
It's
like, well, I needed a car.
Elsie, I think you should get down.
Well,
I think you should get down now.
Well, maybe we finish the episode and sort her out.
Yeah.
That's good. Anyway, I just want to shout out. On Thursday night before I went up to Port Douglas, I was out at the Sporting Globe in the Snorting Globe in Chirnside Park, mate. And
the queue to the Dunnies longer than the queue to the bar.
That's it. But they've tidied it up a bit, I think.
Good.
I think early on it was people were enjoying it. It got to a point where I think we've mentioned where they actually took the doors off the shitters.
Yeah, and you can't do that.
You can't do it these days.
It.
Nothing worse than hanging a shit when you got half the venue walking in going, Jesus Christ, mate. Start
you don't
wiping.
need that. No.
But I met a great gig, fun gig. They packed them in. And you're there with Limo in October.
Anthony Lehman.
Yeah, old
man.
Limo. He's a good man, so yeah, we'll put that up on the good band. Because there are a few Bantidos there.
Yeah,
and
they're everywhere.
There are a few Bantidos who I thought, they're a Bantito. You can pick them.
Oh, they got to look.
Yeah, so my mate Chenzo, he was out there. He came to the live ep. Him and his old man Bulls are out there. It was like a high school reunion out there. Because I grew up in Mooroolbark, suburb over. So there's a bit of pressure on the gig.
Mm.
You know, a few people who are rocking up. Let's see. Cause a lot of the time when you're doing comedy, you tell people, no one gives a fuck about your job.
No.
Like people go, Tom does stand up. They see all the photos, but you know, sometimes do they really care until they actually see you?
Yeah.
They actually see you.
Well, the thing is, if they go out there and you're shit, in their mind, that's not, Evan's
killing it.
Going well, he just had one bad gig. In their mind, Evan's shit. And every gig is like that.
For 10 years, he's just
time.
been travelling around the country.
Copping it up the arse.
Which is sort of, people in Port Douglas are like, Evan's shit. Evan's shit. But Chirnside Park was good. It was, like I said, a high school reunion. I've seen some people I hadn't seen for 20 years 23 years since I went to high school. But caught up with a few Bantidos. There was Simone out there who... Simonetta. Benny McEwen, who...
Big Rockin' Ronnie McEwen.
So, g'day, Benny. I had a chat to him before the gig, but then after the gig, he said, I had the DD. I had the designated driver. So, I had to piss off. Plus, you know, I thought I was going to get a photo, but then after seeing you, I thought, I don't think I want a photo with you, Evo. But
good call.
One Bantido who stood out was Fleur.
Oh, Libra Fleur.
Old Libra Fleur, who was there with her friend, started with an S. I can't remember what her name was. No,
Sonia.
Was it an S? No, it wasn't a Sonia. But
Stacey.
Anyway, Fleur came up and she was very excited and just said, I'm a Bantido. And I'm like, whoa. To be honest, Fleur, like, she wasn't what I'd picture a Bantido would be. Mm. So it just showed you, she's a lovely lady. I'm thinking, does she listen to this crap? And she does. She does. Shelley, I think her friend's
Did you think she'd be a bit above listening to this?
I thought she might be. She came up. She was excited. She spoke to her friend. I think it was Shelley. I'm probably wrong there. I think it started with an S. She goes, yeah, the boys, they've got the podcast. We love it. I love it. I listen to it. And her friend Shelley sort of thought, I think Fleur's gone mental here. She's
Fleur-Ting.
She was Fleur-Ting. She's carrying on a little. Shelley thought, Fleur's mad, but mate, great to meet you, Fleur. Got a photo with Fleur. I'll chuck it up on the Instagram, and there's nothing better when you're up the front and you see someone just glowing, looking back at you. Good night. So the gig went well.
I think that's a fair indication of where the career's at
when you can see just one person.
No, when someone comes up and says they're a fan and you're more excited than they are.
Yes.
Yeah,
I was a bit shocked, to be honest.
Yeah. Like if someone a fan went up to Justin Bieber, that person would be more excited than Justin Bieber.
Yes.
Yeah, but if someone comes up and says, mate, big fan, like, I'm fucking, really?
Hey.
Really? And then...
We're actually surprised.
Yeah, and by the end, they're sort of like, look, mate, I've got to head off.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, let's do something.
No, let's
let's go
catch
out.
up.
What are you
Let's
doing?
go-
Do you want to lift home?
I think as well when
I crash at your
I'm
joint?
asking for photos, sure, we should get a photo.
Yeah,
I think
that
that's
takes a
when
bit
it
of the
loses
shine
a bit
off.
of its sheen.
Yeah.
So, and I did mention the podcast afterwards, and I said, all right, yeah, if you enjoy it. I said, Thorno's got his YouTube. I've got a podcast called Good Banter, and about 3 people went, woo, out of 170. I go,
That's
I told
enough.
you.
That's enough.
Told you, it's a good pod. It's a good pod. The crowd has spoken. So, to Fleur, Benny, Chenzo, Simone, and anyone who jumped on board after the Sporting Globe, thanks for coming down. It's a bloody great gig. So, yeah, what gigs you got coming up?
Probably the quieter 2 or 3 weeks or 2 weeks of the year.
You do need a break.
Because I've still got a couple of gigs each week, but no one wants to hold a function on a Saturday night during footy season.
No.
Or during footy finals.
No.
And then you find out you're up against Collingwood Carlton at the G.
Yeah, that's not good.
It's a bad move.
It's a bad move.
And also, you probably need at least 8 weeks to advertise a function. So I reckon it's a bad look booking them during your final series.
Mate, you didn't have to justify why you don't have gigs, mate. You could have just said,
no.
well, a bit quiet.
Yeah, they're drying up. The phone stopped ringing. The phone has stopped ringing. Yeah. But anyway.
So are you anywhere on the weekend?
I'm at the at a footy club Friday. Northern League.
Okay.
Montmorency.
Fuck. Should I be your personal assistant,
If
mate?
you could.
Yeah.
How's this for a lineup? T. Siegert emceeing.
Yeah.
I mean, that's neither here nor there.
Well,
And then they've got Eddie Maguire.
Jesus.
And I said, do you want me to interview Eddie? And they said, oh, that's all right. We're getting Mike Sheehan to do it. Fucking hell.
Jesus, it's fucking open mic footy show. T. Siegert.
How's that?
Jesus Christ. Bloody hell.
What would they be getting?
Fucking hell.
Yeah. And the last function they had,
so
they got...
You're emceeing it, though?
I'm emceeing it.
So you just do a bit of stand-up?
I'll just do a bit of stand-up.
And then bloody sit back and...
Yeah, because I think they've got to be in and out pretty quick. They're only there for about an hour.
So that's the thing when you're a big name.
Yeah.
You can do that.
Yep. And so it'll be interesting because this is the first time I've seen Eddie since the
lift incident.
Since the incident.
Since the elevator incident.
What happened then?
Well, you couldn't get it in the elevator. The lift. Remember when you did the footy show and everyone goes, wow, and he clapped you off?
Oh.
And then what episode was that?
Fuck, I forgot about that.
Where did you see him?
No, I'm thinking.
Oh,
because after that.
given the arse.
Yeah, well, after that, I quit. And he was fucking spewing at me.
Oh, he wouldn't
we had it
remember
running. I reckon he'd remember.
Okay.
I'll mention it. See what he says.
All right. Well, let's do that. Anyway, Thursday night tonight, if you're listening, I'm down at Ocean Grove at Blackman's Brewery. And tomorrow night, Friday night, I'm out at Mitcham Bowling Club with Richard Stubbs. Stubbs the Lenko.
The home of comedy.
So, jump on board. And that's what I said. I said, we've got to keep mentioning our gigs. Yeah. That's where Fleur heard about it. Benny heard about it. So we mention the gigs because some people go, mate, I didn't realise you were there.
I live next door.
I'm
a member of the Mitcham Bowls Club.
That's it. So jump on board, get on the Patreon, get on the Instagram, YouTube, and hit the little follow button, subscribe button on the Apple Podcasts, on the Spotify. So it pops up every Thursday. Yeah. Share it with your mates. Tell your friends. And I did talk about the 35-year. It was great to get back up. Thanks for having me. All in all, it was great to get people together. Great to get people together.
A bit more prep before the 40.
Bit more prep before the 40. But
get some lights.
We'll make it happen. So, anyway, I
reckon that's it.
All right. That's an episode of Good Banter.
Good banter.
That's a good banter.